building this foundation before they step into these larger experiences, right? And, and I think it's worth naming the standardized big dose approach to 5-MeO DMT. Again, I've said this a few times. I'll say it again. It's only 40 years old. It's not like ayahuasca or psilocybin or some of these others that have this lineage and this tradition, the way that we're using it now associated with it. So we're still learning how to use it. So it'd be almost irresponsible not to explore better protocols, right? Especially as the number of participants is increasing dramatically. And again, the more and more therapists are entering the space that are looking for a slower, more psycholytic model, right? And so what we've inherited doesn't have to be the final word. I think that's part of any type of awakening process is to question everything, question our beliefs, but also the beliefs that we've been trained in, etc. So we can create different, better models. And again, as I've said already, I hope somebody takes this and creates a different, better model, right? We're not trying to say we've got it figured out. We're just trying to move the ball forward in a new direction. So folks have options. If you want to do big dose experiences and that's what you feel is most beneficial for your participant, absolutely support and love that. If this is a better model for you, beautiful. We want to offer that. And again, our model is repeated manageable doses because they allow someone to stay conscious enough to learn inside the experience, right? That's important. That's more of a psycholytic type dose, like the ego loosens, but it's still present, which means awareness, memory, emotional processing, behavioral choice are all available. And that's when real change happens, right? Like, yes, in the big experience, you were forced into this, ego dissolution. But to me, isn't it better to train people how to move into that space organically on their own, have control over it, and not be forced, right? Think how much more beneficial that is. So again, every session in the protocol is another opportunity for the nervous system to experience itself differently. And it's stacking, it's building upon each other, right? It learns a little bit more openness, a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more tolerance for discomfort, a little more awareness of its automatic reactions, which is crucial. You got to be able to see the programming. Once you see the programming, we can start unwinding the programming. And because the work is done gradually, the system integrates the shifts instead of rejecting them. In between sessions, again, the daily practices, consolidated learning, the breath work, hourly resets, the presence training, they anchor the expansion so it becomes familiar. Familiarity becomes accessibility. Accessibility becomes a new baseline. That's our whole purpose. How do we help people evolve for the long term? Not just have big experiences where it's like, oh my gosh, I was one with everything. Yeah, that's an amazing experience. Again, how is that improving your life?